Here they come, and they're off. Calgary Flutie shooting right out of there. On the inside, taking care. Whip put to the shaft of KYBER's HANOVER sulky, and KYBER gets the idea. We'll have an easy drop-in with the sluggish beginning of Telemon. So it's going to be Calgary Flutie right off the Grey Cup, leading at a length and a half. In behind, taking care. Then right behind in third is KYBER HANOVER. Silverman looks very itchy. Looks like he might come out. But in the meantime, back to the rest. It's Telemon gapping out. On the outside, hung out there is Storm Shadow. Opening panel in 28 1/5. Bottled up is Skip the Missiles. On the outside, starting up is El Adiosi behind the weak cover. And we got Perfect Popcorn, followed by Just a Jilly Cold and Go Gorgan. Traveling up the back stretch, there's the retake, expectedly taking care, is trying to take care of business. Calgary Flutie is stampeding in second. On the outside, Telemon will wage the battle first over. KYBER HANOVER has no way to go. Hung out the mile is Storm Shadow. Right behind those hoof prints is El Adiosi. Then shackled up, Skip the Missiles. On the outside comes Perfect Popcorn. Half in 58 1/5. Less than a minute to go on the night, and they're all chasing, taking care, holding to the lead at tight length and controlling his own destiny. Telemon on the outside, he's working hard to get closer. On the inside, Calgary Flutie with a box seat. On the outside is Storm Shadow. El Adiosi looks like it's ready to do something more. It's stuck behind that one, got pace and nowhere to show it. Perfect Popcorn. Better start moving jiffy. 3/4 in 1, 28 1. A swing around the turn, and is anybody's race. Taking care right now. The whole town's underwater and it's being consumed and smothered. Telemon now puts that one away. Up the inside, here comes Elena Hopin coming through and making presence felt as KYBER HANOVER way on the outside. Perfect Popcorn is 16th away. Telemon up the inside. KYBER HANOVER and 25 1 in a head scratcher. KYBER HANOVER pulls it off. There's a four-way photo for a second. Baffler 10, KYBER HANOVER. 5-year-old brown gelded son of Kentucky Spur. Remicades HANOVER by Albatross. Owned and trained by John Cotona Sr. Sr. actually is the trainer. Junior is the owner of Syosset, New York. Getting it done, Bob Vitrano. 10-2 exacta, $169 to try. 10-2 for $859.
My dear Bobby Vitrano, 4E, Shayna J with Ron Dixon replacing Stephen Warrington on the bike, 5F EA Robin, Rajon Daniel, and 6G Precious Sheila with Sandy Levy, and Jack has the call.
They're off along the inside, Tickle Your Fancy, middle of the track, EA Robin for the lead. Moving along the inside, Daisy Skipper away third, Courage My Dear, Shayna J, and the early trailer is Precious Sheila. First turn on the outside. Up to challenge for the lead is EA Robin, and right there at the rail holding her out is Tickle Your Fancy. They race down the backstretch together. On the outside, EA Robin. Up the rail is Tickle Your Fancy for the lead. They're at the quarter pole. Tickle Your Fancy shows the way by a full length. EA Robin is forced to drop in the 2-hole. A gap of 4.5 lengths back to Daisy Skipper third. That's Courage My Dear, Shayna J, and Precious Sheila. The first quarter, 29 2. Top of the stretch the first time. Tickle Your Fancy shows the way by full length. EA Robin is second. It's a length and a half further back to Daisy Skipper third. Courage My Dear fourth. Shayna J is fifth. Trailing the field is Precious Sheila. They reach the half-mile pole. Tickle Your Fancy by 2. At the rail, EA Robin is second. Up on the outside, Courage My Dear. 1, 1, and 2 for the half-mile around the clubhouse turn, and on the outside making a bold move is Courage My Dear for the lead. At the rail is Tickle Your Fancy. They go down the backstretch the final time. Courage My Dear has her head in front. At the rail, Tickle Your Fancy back to second. A gap of 2 lengths to EA Robin third. They race to the 3/4 pole. Courage My Dear parked outside with a slight lead. Coming back along the inside is Tickle Your Fancy. 3/4, 1:31 and 2. Around the final turn they go. That's Courage My Dear now drawing clear by 2.5 lengths. At the rail, Tickle Your Fancy second, EA Robin third, Daisy Skipper fourth. They wheel home. Courage My Dear leads it by 3.5 lengths. As they move to the wire, it's Courage My Dear with lots of courage tonight. She wins it all. Under the wire, Courage My Dear wins it. tight for place and show. Tickle Your Fancy closing on the outside. Daisy Skipper and Shanna J, but a clear-cut winner in 3C, Courage, My Dear. Now back to Stan Bergstein.
That she was, and put away Tickle Your Fancy after that battle. 3C pays $11, $4.80, $4.